want to take a little time to document the Roush Trak pack brakes. Y'all know I love these cars. My website is dedicated to the history and the preservation of the Roush 427R Trak pack. I've owned two of them and they're great cars, and the brakes on these cars are really special, especially in 2008. They were way ahead of the game in 2008. Today's technology with the good brakes on the rear, cars today set more flat than this car does, which is better, but these brakes are incredible. 3 days at VIR, they will not fade. The brakes will not fade. They're great. That's where she's going, back to VIR this week. So I wanted to document the front and rear brakes, and just in case, taking an extra set of these Hawk DTC 70s that Scott Chapman used in testing Elvis. It's got some documentation here on it that these pads were used on Elvis, so it'd be kind of special to have these in number 56. Scott was a great friend, and Scott did way more for this community than anyone will ever imagine. So I hope this helps document a little bit about the cars, and hope you enjoy it. And if I mess up, it'll be all right. Y'all can correct me. It'll be just fine. So I'm doing a little work getting ready for track day. Got the rear caliper off. Wanted to point out for a track pack, really the only thing that's changed in the rear are two things. This stainless steel line is changed as far as the brakes goes. You can see as far as the suspension, there's a lot that's changed. You can see the coilover, adjustable coilovers there. So there's a lot that's changed as far as suspension goes. But as far as the brakes, we've added stainless steel lines and the stock calipers. These are the Stop Tech slotted brakes, which match the slots slotted on the front. I'm going to take these off for track day because the rears don't do a whole lot on track day if you have the traction control turned off, and these are the original ones, and I like the looks of these, and on track I don't care what they look like. So these are going to come off and they'll go back on after I'm done with the track day. So here is the Stop Tech non-slotted rotor that I've got on the rear. That's what I run when I'm on track days. I have 2 days at Rockingham, a day at Gingerman, and a day at Waterford, where I hardly use my brakes because of the noise restrictions at that track. But you can see they're in very good shape. I like to run G-lock pads. This is my first experience with these pads, and I really like them. The Hawk pads, that's passenger side. The Hawk pads really eat rotors. I know Scott loved the Hawk pads and did a lot of testing on them, but I think technology has made it to where I'm going to stick with the G-locks for a while. Okay. Factory track pack wheel. Stage 3, acid dipped, powder coated, trying to get close. And it's close. It's a shade darker. Otis approves. He thinks they're close enough. Tires, those are my ones that I run on the street. Those are Firestones that came on the car when I bought it a couple of years ago. They have done really well. I'm surprised at how well they've done. I did the Dragon in those and they did just fine. But they're not good enough for the track. These are the Hankook RS4s. And I like them. I like the consistency they provide. They, when they get hot, they don't lose a lot of grip. They're very consistent over a 30-minute session. So if I had to buy them tires again, I'd run these same things. I'm not trying to outrun people, and I'm not trying to get the best time I can get. I just want a consistent, good tire that feels good and that lasts. And these were driven to Michigan in the rain last year. So that is 2 track days at Rockingham, 1 at Gingerman, and again that weekday at Waterford where I didn't get anything hot. Okay, now to the front end. Unusual monster brakes. These brakes are incredible. Stock Tech rebranded Roush ST60s. These are the factory rotors that came on this car. They have 4 track days on them, and you can see they're absolutely fine. They're showing no wear at all. Got another set put up for 1 day, but I'll just run these on and off all the time, no big deal. The brake ducting. This is the flange supplied on the Roush track pack. That's big hose. Do a nice job cooling. Now, running this car on the street, got my pool noodle. I still got a yellow jacket in there, but my pool noodle keeps the water out of there pretty good. Driving on the street, keep that as good as I can. Stainless steel lines. There's the adjustable coilover. So checking it out for the track day. Everything looks good. Put my pads in there. That's the next thing. Nothing to it. So these are the Hawk street pads that came originally in the car. Car's got 22,000 miles or something like that on it, and see, these have a little bit of wear, but they should last a long time. These are the G-locks. I got 4 track days, or 3.5 as I've said before, because of the crazy day at Waterford. So 3.5 track days on them. They got some cracking in them, but they're smooth as can be. They should bed right in and should do just fine. Man, these things squeak. Going down the road, they make all kinds of racket. Here's the end of the video. If your brakes don't squeak when you're going through town, you got the wrong pads on. It's supposed to sound like a dump truck if it's a track pack.